The new league year is fast approaching, which means some big-name veterans could be on the chopping block. We'll examine some of the possibilities tonight as the countdown to March 11th continues. Saquon Barkley is not going anywhere, except on vacation and to your TV screen tonight. Saquon joins the show to discuss big changes in Philly and how the Eagles' offense can get flying again. We'll also talk to Browns linebacker Carson Schwesinger, who has the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year award on the shelf, and a whole new coaching staff in the building as Cleveland reboots again. Welcome inside with the Insiders. Alongside Judy Batista, I am Tom Pelissero. Our last show before we depart for Indianapolis and the NFL Combine next week. Tons of general managers and coaches set to join the show. Andy Reid will not be one of them. The Chiefs coach said today he will not be making the trip to Indianapolis following a procedure on his knee. An unusual absence for the Chiefs, who have a lot of unusual things happening, including missing the playoffs for the first time since they got Patrick Mahomes, who is in the early stages of rehab following his own knee surgery.
I wonder what you can tell us about Patrick's progress and how you see him kind of reintegrating in the weeks and months to come.
Yeah, he's around here all the time, spends a ton of time here, 7 hours a day. And he's in there cranking away, making progress every day. And it's great to see he and Julie, the real trainer, she grinds on him and makes sure that he stays on task and challenges him and everything else. And he keeps showing up. So that's about half the battle on these things when you have these injuries, that you show up, and it's not going to be a pleasant thing every day. You got to fight through it.
And then as you formulate your offseason blueprint, have you received any indication from Travis at all about his plans for next year?
No, there is communication, though. That's the main thing, Sam. And so I always go, I've said this before to you, just as long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward, and I think that's where Trav is. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth at all, and I try to give him some space here. He's been doing this a long time, and he can sort all that out as he goes forward. But we're proceeding with that, and there is communication going on.
Judy, normally at this time of year, the Chiefs are less than 2 weeks removed from playing in the Super Bowl. This time they've had 6 weeks to think about all the different things that went wrong in 2025, how they can get things on track in 2026. We'll talk about Travis Kelce, but to me, the biggest question here is what Andy Reid was addressing about Patrick Mahomes. This is not a straight ACL injury, which in itself would be a long process, put him right up against the start of the next season. A torn ACL and having your LCL repaired can lengthen the timeline, create a really big question as Kansas City tries to reboot this thing and get back on track.
Yeah, I mean, this is the number one issue that hangs over the entire offseason is what is his timeline? It would be a very, very aggressive timeline for him to be ready for week one. I know that's what he's aiming for. Even if he could somehow be on the field for week one, like what kind of condition would he be in? Because he certainly would not be at full strength at that point. But when you look at their offseason, I mean, this is a team with needs, which is not something we're used to talking about for the Kansas City Chiefs. They have a top 10 draft pick, which they haven't had since Patrick Mahomes got in the building. So they do have means of getting impact players, getting more explosive players on that team. Their number one need in free agency is a starting level running back. Fortunately for them, there's expected to be a good group of running backs available in free agency. But again, the overarching question going into 2026, and until it's answered, we won't know what 2026 is going to look like for the Chiefs, is Patrick Mahomes' health and his timeline for recovery.
You mentioned running back. Chiefs have been going year to year. Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, both free agents headed into this offseason. Then you've got the question of Travis Kelce, who's been your go-to weapon, a guy who probably doesn't have that top-end speed like he did at his peak, but still has shown he could be a very, very productive player. The fact they're talking, they've had contract talks, would indicate Kelce's coming back. He indicated as much when he said he was excited to have Eric Bieniemy back in the building as offensive coordinator. But if Patrick Mahomes is not out there, that is a different dynamic dynamic that the Chiefs have not been dealing with very often over the past 7 years. As we head toward the start of the new league year, there are significant questions for a lot of different teams, like the Chiefs, who need to get under the cap, or for other teams who just might have some maneuvering to do. Matt Okada at NFL.com wrote up this list, which includes some pretty big names here, Judy, who potentially, one way or another, could become available.
Yeah, I mean, I am focused, as I think a lot of people are, on Tua's availability. We know that he is not going to be back with the Dolphins. The question is, what is the mechanism by which he is not returning? They would prefer to trade him. Could they possibly find a trade partner? What would that even look like? If he is released, will they release him and take the entire salary cap hit in one fell swoop or not? And then what will the market be for Tua? Will there be a market for Tua? He did not play well last season. He had a lot of injuries. He's had concussion issues before. So what would the market look like for him? And then the other ones that I'm keeping an eye on are Curtis Samuel and Dalton Knox in Buffalo. We know Buffalo has to improve the weapons around Josh Allen. We spent all of last season calling Josh Allen Superman, and that was because he so often had to do everything himself. And that is because the weapons they put around him just haven't panned out the way they had hoped for. Do they release one of these guys? Do they release both? That would be a big signal about how much they are going to rebuild the core around Josh Allen.
Both Tua Tagovailoa and Geno Smith have triggers in their contracts where additional guaranteed money would become guaranteed if they're still on the roster several days into the new league year. So a trigger of sorts for those teams to make a decision. The same applies to Kirk Cousins of the Falcons, who will be released either March 11th or March 12th based upon a restructure of his contract that happened at the tail end of last season. The question then becomes, Judy, exactly where does Kirk end up in 2026?
Well, that is the question, is what is the future for Kirk Cousins? What is the market for him? And in what capacity? Is somebody going to want to sign him with the potential to be the starting quarterback? I think we all sort of are attached to the idea of maybe he returns to the Vikings to compete with J.J. McCarthy. But we know that there are teams that are going to need quarterbacks, and we know there are never enough quarterbacks. He played pretty well in relief of Michael Penix last season. He is now further removed from his Achilles injury, so you would think that he is going to be even better now. He is obviously in his late 30s, so this is not a long-term answer. But there are teams like the Jets, like the Cardinals, that need quarterbacks. Could they be interested in Kirk Cousins? And then I am watching Kenny Clark with the Dallas Cowboys. He, of course, was part of the Micah Parsons trade. Jerry Jones made a point of saying they needed to stop the run better. Kenny Clark was supposed to bring that. I mean, he did, but certainly not to the degree they had hoped for. Next Gen Stats had him with just 21 run stops this season. He's got a pretty big cap number, over $20 million. If they release him, they could save against the cap. This is a team that is in dire cap situation right now, so this would be a move that would save them a ton of money. Of course, it would also be admitting that at least this part of the trade did not work out for the Dallas Cowboys, and we will see if they will want to do that.
Cowboys already released linebacker Logan Wilson today, who was part of a different trade during the season. They tried to get that defense on track. New coordinator with Christian Parker coming in. Going to do some different things from a schematic perspective. Certainly adds to those moving parts that Dallas has. We still have coaching search news rolling in, though we are getting down to the last final spots here as we move forward. Nate Scheelhaase, as expected, named the offensive coordinator of the LA Rams. Mike LaFleur left for the Cardinals head coaching job. Scheelhaase has also had head coaching interviews in this cycle, likely to be a hot name again next year after a full season as the OC in LA. Chargers also finalizing their coaching staff, including naming Adam Gase their pass game coordinator. That's right. Adam Gase, been out of the NFL since the Jets fired him after the 2020 season, now teaming up with his fellow former Dolphins head coach, Mike McDaniel, in L.A. Speaking of the Dolphins, let's bring in our Cameron Wolf, who is down there in South Florida, as always, with news and notes around the NFL. The Wolf of Ball Street is here. What do you got, Cam?
Tom, let's start in Tennessee, where Cam Ward is recovering well from his right shoulder AC sprain. I'm told he worked with his quarterback coach, Daryl Colbert Jr. this past week, working on lower body work. They haven't thrown the ball yet. The plan is for March, in about 2 or 3 weeks, for him to resume throwing the ball. Colbert said they're working on his base, he told me, to try to get back from some of the bad habits he picked up last year with some of the struggles they had offensively, some of the pressure he had on. They want to get his feet back right, get that base right for when he can throw. The next thing is Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator. I'm told Cam Ward is very excited to work with him. He believes he's going to allow him to be the playmaker he was in college. He saw what he did with Josh Allen. And one thing I was told about Daboll and Ward, they had a really good relationship in the pre-draft process last year. And so Daboll was Ward's #1 choice once they were trying to figure out offensive coordinators. Daboll also tried very hard when he was the Giants head coach to trade up and get Ward. And so those two get to work together and show off those playmaking ability. One thing Colbert told me was they want to work with Ward on taking the easy throw, taking the 5-yard throw sometimes that he got away from last year. They think that will help him in year 2. Next, let's go to one free agent who could get bank this year. Packers left tackle Rasheed Walker. I'm told that talking to 2 personnel people, he's the #1 tackle on different people's board going into free agency. He's a guy who's excellent in pass pro. It's always a position that gets paid a lot in free agency. And look, he's just 26 years old. One team I'm told to keep an eye on, the Cleveland Browns, who have a lot of offensive line needs. They've expressed interest potentially in Walker, and this is something that could potentially heat up as we go into Indianapolis next week. You know, whether it's the Packers, the Browns, or another team, somebody's going to give Walker a lot of money because they need offensive tackles who can pass protect. And of course, the Browns, their 2 tackles were the worst in football in that department this past year. And so that's going to be one of the names to watch as we look at who hands out the money going into free agency. And finally, let's go back to Miami, where you introduced me, Tom, where a lot of rival teams are eager to talk to the Dolphins in Indianapolis to see which players they are willing to trade. This is a team that is resetting towards youth. And so, of course, the Dolphins would love to trade Tua. There's going to be some difficulties with the money there. Teams would love for them to trade Jalen Waddle and Devon Achane. I'm told right now they're wanting to keep those guys as core players. But one name that could create some interest, safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, could be mutually beneficial. He's 29 years old, coming off a strong year, can still be an impact starter, set to make $15.6 million in non-guaranteed money. Maybe he could be traded to a team, a contender that can need that big boost. Again, something that heats up in Indianapolis next week, and we'll have coverage from the Scouting Combine all week with you guys on the Insiders on NFL Network.
All streets back all right, Cam. Thank you, as always, for your contributions. The HBCU practices rolling on today in New Orleans. The HBCU Legacy Bowl kicks off tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time right here on NFL Network. Here's our crew on the call.
Welcome into the career fair of the 2026 All-State HBCU Legacy Bowl. I'm Sherry Burris here with Bucky Brooks on the end, and in the middle we have our 2026 Black College Football Hall of Fame inductee, Steve Wyche. We're so thankful for this week. It's been a really fun event for the players ahead of Saturday's game. They had a walkthrough, then they traded those playbooks in for resumes here at the career fair. But Steve, as we look ahead to kickoff this entire week, what really stood out and what we're watching for is defense.
Defense, and Bucky, tomorrow, this is when it gets real, and we know it is the Stonewall defensive line. So let's go to Team Robinson, 2 Jackson State standouts, Quincy Ivory, the edge player, or the SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, and Jeremiah Williams, the defensive tackle. He's been the most disruptive player all week, and he has got these pro scouts really buzzing.
On the other side, Eric Hunter from Morgan State is someone that scouts have been buzzing about. His versatility, his ability to be a sideline-to-sideline chaser. He's going to have a chance to put his hand down and make some happen.
And we're going to see what the offense can do against some of those defensive guys that you mentioned. Bucky, we can't go on without talking about some of the quarterbacks that caught your eye this week.
Yeah, Walker Harris from North Carolina Central. 2025 MEAC Offensive Player of the Year, 3,000 passing yards. The left-hander has been slinging it throughout the practice week. But what you've seen is the command of the game as he's gotten closer to game time, his ability to make it happen. And then there's a running back, Reggie Davis from Alcorn, who is a versatile, dynamic threat. He's going to have a chance to be big time.
Yeah, these skilled players, though, they need the big offensive linemen. And the two players who have caught the NFL scouts most, Bruno Ungwizo, the left tackle out of Virginia State, and Cameron Smith, the left tackle out of Alabama State. Two very large individuals who really will be on display here.
And we'll see who will stand out, but for sure looking forward to just seeing how these players take advantage of this opportunity. And be sure to watch, because the guys we are seeing on Saturday, every year this game has been played, they have landed on an NFL roster and on several of those NFL teams that you enjoy cheering for on Sundays.
We'll be watching, Sherry, the HBCU Legacy Bowl tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, live on NFL Network. Steve Voigt, Bucky Brooks, Charles Davis, and Sherry Burris all on the call. Next Thursday, drills begin at the NFL Combine, presented by Microsoft Copilot, beginning with the linebackers and defensive line. February 26th, NFL Network and streaming with NFL Plus. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Visit plus.nfl.com for terms. Speaking of linebackers, we got one of the best on the show a little bit later. It's the Browns' Carson Schwesinger, your defensive rookie of the year. What's he expecting year two? With a whole lot of different people around the building, we will ask him. And we'll talk to Saquon Barkley, who, in a Philadelphia tradition, has a new offensive coordinator again. What will it mean for Saquon, and how's he preparing for his 9th NFL season? Nobody better to talk to than Saquon Barkley. The superstar is with us next on The Insiders.
The Insiders is brought to you by Panda Express. Have you eaten yet?
What would you give to be a champion? Blood, sweat, tears?
Sometimes all it takes is blood to make an impact. That's why I'm teaming up with the American Red Cross to be a different kind of champion off the field. Together, we can tackle blood shortages and show up for patients in need. So are you with me? Let's be champions together. Make your appointment to donate blood today at redcrossblood.org.
American Red Cross posting on social media, blood shortages are real and patients are counting on us to keep them from happening. We're excited to team up with Pro Football champion and blood donor Saquon to encourage donors to get in the game and give blood to patients. We're joined now by Saquon Barkley, kind enough to come on the show with me, Tom Pelissero, as well as Judy Batista. Saquon, lots of football stuff to get to, but start out, tell me more about this partnership you've got with the American Red Cross.
Yeah, first, thank you for having me. The partnership I have with American Red Cross has been super cool. I've been big in my career of trying to do as much as I can to make an impact in my community and make change. And then when you get partnered up with the Red Cross, you realize that, you know, it's not just about raising money. It's not about just donating money. How helpful and, you know, how much donating blood goes away, especially with cancer, with trauma, sickle cell. I really didn't know. So when I got to partner with them, I really got to educate myself, and only took 60 minutes of my time to do it. And within that 60 minutes, you're making such a change and having a big impact also.
It is a great message. Let's talk a little bit about football. We want to turn the page and look to next season. But first, you've had some time to relax, to get away a little bit with distance. What do you think happened last year? Why were things so much more difficult for the Eagles last year?
Yeah, sadly, this year didn't go the way we would like. So you have a little bit more time to reflect on the season. And I think that's a great question. At the end of the day, we just weren't consistent enough throughout games. And you know, that's something that we have to challenge ourselves to get ready for next year. We made a lot of changes on offense, you know, with the coaching staff. So excited to get in the building and learn something new. And, you know, just go out on the field and put last year in the past. You know, it's hard. It's really hard to go back to back. You think it's easy and you have all the talent and you know what it takes to get there. So in your mind, you're like, why not? But it doesn't just work like that. Every team, every year, is building up and getting ready to perform and compete for the Super Bowl, and we got to do the same thing.
This has become a sort of annual tradition in Philadelphia. Every offseason, for good reasons or bad reasons, you got a new offensive coordinator. This guy, Sean Mannion, 33 years old, which is not a whole lot older than you, younger than some of the guys who are a part of that offense. And you know that it's going to be a scheme that we've seen, the one that he played in under Matt LaFleur in Green Bay, under Sean McVay out there with the Rams. When you think about what you know about that system, how do you think it fits this team and specifically your game?
I'm super excited about it. I'm going on year 9, which is crazy to say. And I've had a lot of different coaches and head coaches and been a part of a lot of systems. And I don't think I really came across a system like this. And for me, it's just about, it's refreshing. You get something new. You get to learn something new. I got to meet him. We didn't really talk about X's and O's and kind of just really, kept it just introduction and got to meet a lot of the new guys on offense. But as a competitor, you love it. You love the challenge of putting yourself in a new system and, doing the things that you do really well and also things that you need approval on and that they're going to challenge us to do. And I feel like we are able to have that mindset as an offense and buy into that. I think the sky's the limit.
How do you think the offense is going to look to us? Like, how's it going to look different?
I really don't know. I haven't been part of the system. From everything that I was told, very creative, super smart. All the guys that we hired are super smart and competitive. Like they want to be great and they're excited with the talent that we have. And I think we buy in to everything that's new and continue to have our standard and all the things that we do at a high level. I feel like what we did last year is going to be in the past. You got to learn from it. And I think that we have the guys that are willing to learn from it. I know we have the guys that are willing to learn from it. And we just got to go out there in OTAs and get ready and compete there, learn the playbook. And when we go out there, we have the talent. We have talent and we have great coaches. Now we just got to put it all together.
You mentioned it, year 9 for you. And yes, it does seem crazy to us as well that you've been around the NFL that long. You've always, everybody knows, just genetically and in terms of physically, you've always been advanced. But at this stage in your career, so to speak, what does it entail in the offseason? You're obviously on vacation right now, but is it more work? Is it more rest? How do you approach having that machine ready to roll through an entire 17-game season and more?
Yeah, definitely on vacation right now as the sun is shining in my eyes. Not a bad thing. It's a little better weather right now than it is in Philadelphia. But the way you attack it, it's definitely different. And I had to learn. But it's being consistent within my routine. When I was younger, I used to get right after it. And, I was how many weights I can lift, how fast can I run, how strong can I get, extra. And it's still that mindset, just in a different way. I'm attacking, the angles that I'm trying to get into. How can I get into my knees and my ankles better, my hips better? How can I continue to stay healthy? How can I just be a better athlete that's playing football? I've been doing all those things. And you do that kind of right after the season. So it's not really the mindset of putting 500 pounds on your back right now. Like, I'm working on trampolines. I'm working literally like little stuff where a hula hoop of, getting my body coordination back together. All these things that I'm super excited and it's new and it's different, but, you want to play as long as you can. And I want to be super successful for a very long time. So you got to change it up. And I feel like it's been helpful. And, I got a routine now that I love, and I just got to continue to stick with it.
I don't know when you got word, but what was your reaction when you found out Lane was going to come back for a 14th season?
Super excited. I kind of just figured he was coming back, I guess. We had conversations about it. It's just he's so competitive, and he has the will of wanting to be great. Yeah, he already has a Hall of Fame career, but as a great friend, he's a great friend. But as a teammate and a running back, having Lane Johnson coming back definitely puts a smile on your face. But I know how important he is to that offensive line room, to our team, and the type of leadership that he brings. So super excited to get things rolling and, start the season off with a bang and finish off with a bang, hopefully.
So you got this vacation that you're on right now. I know you got some friends and family out there. What else does especially these next like 6 weeks before all the offseason training program, like what else is on the docket for Saquon Barkley in the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, you get time to be a better dad. You're able to get to the school drop-offs and the school picks-ups. You play golf, even though I'm getting worse and worse somehow. Play golf. You enjoy your time with your family and friends, and then you grind in between. You still got to stay focused. It's really not, it's an off season, but you let your body get time to recover. But you're still training, and it's just different. It's just different stages. In the beginning, it's getting your body back, it's getting your mobility, it's getting your coordination. Then it's building strength, building muscle, and throughout that, it's conditioning the whole time. And then as the season gets closer and camp gets closer, you ramp up and you get into. I used to try to come into camp extreme, like in shape. Now I'm learning you let camp get you in shape for the season. But it's fun. It's been a fun journey. Fun 9 years. It's crazy to say, but just still trying to get better.
All right, man, get back to the pool, the pina colada you left behind, whatever you got going there. Enjoy this time. Appreciate having you here. Spokesman for the American Red Cross, superstar Saquon Barkley. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.
Lots more to come on the show tonight, including, well, you can guess what Adam Rank's thoughts were on the Bears moving to Indiana. Probably a lot the same as that guy. Rank with his thoughts. You are not going to want to miss this. Next on The Insiders. The Chicago Bears' potential move to Indiana took another step forward on Thursday when a key committee approved by a 24-0 margin a plan to create an agency that would finance, construct, and lease a stadium as the Bears look at a tract of land in Hammond, Indiana. Could it indeed be the East Chicago Bears, the monsters of the middle of the country? Let's bring in our Adam Rank, who I'm sure has some thoughts on this. Rank, go ahead, lay it on me. What do you got?
Thank you so much, Tom. As the Chicago Bears, as you said, announced on Thursday, they're getting closer to an agreement with the city of Hammond. Indiana is a potential home site for the Chicago Bears, and Bears fans, as you could imagine, reacted much in the same way with the much profanity as those workers at the Wiener Circle back in the day. They would be blushing by some of the things that I read online. So much so, there were even those who said they would never root for the Bears again. And by some, I mean this guy. Like, really? Who was seen in Las Vegas earlier this year wearing a Bears hat and a Las Vegas Raiders jersey, or I should say, you were seen in Paradise, Nevada, which is where the stadium actually is. But we'll get to that in just a minute. But I love this idea that you're going to walk out of the Bears now. Like, you lived through Peter Tom Willis, you lived through the double doink, you lived through the Packers putting up 42 points at us at halftime of a primetime game. But now is when you're going to leave. Good one. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams are there. Now is the time you're going to go because they're going to move potentially 20 miles away. I don't buy it. And let's for a second, let's reason that maybe the Bears are using this for leverage, kind of like the way a little kid threatens to run away. Then they get out the door, they get as far as the mailbox, and then they turn around. They're like, yeah, nobody's chasing me. They get hungry. They want to go have some Pringles. So they run back inside, and that person telling the story, that might have been an autobiographical tale. But we're getting all worried about nothing. Like the time I spilled paint in the parents' garage, and I worried about it all day, and my dad came home, and he's like, whatever. No big deal. But let's for a second, for the sake of argument, to humor you, let's say the Bears were to move to Hammond, Indiana. Yeah. Okay. Okay, but listen, who cares? Who's dunking on us? You know who is? The Packer fans. The Packers who play in a suburb of Milwaukee. And for the record, Hammond, Indiana has a White Castle. Green Bay has none. So much like the 2025 playoffs, I will claim scoreboard on that one. And by the way, the Chicago Bears would not be the first team to not play in the city limits of their name? Like, did you not hear that the 49ers played in Santa Clara? The Rams and Chargers play in Inglewood. The Cowboys allegedly play in Arlington. They host games there, I should say. But it's not the same. And here's the thing, too, is people are like, but you're crossing state lines. Yes, like the New York Giants and the New York Jets. The Kansas City Chiefs announced earlier this year they're moving from Missouri to Kansas. And guess what? Nobody cares because most of you watch the games on television or you watch them at a Cracker Barrel, which, again, Hammond has one of, Green Bay has none. And here's the bottom line. You know what? You got mad for years that the Bears were operated like a mom and pop operation, which they kind of were. But they went out last season and hired Ben Johnson, gave him the bag, $13 million. You went out there, revamped the offensive line. You drafted a bunch of offensive talent. If you want to go out there and continue to be a serious organization in the NFL, these are the decisions that you have to make. Listen, I would love to sit here at Soldier Field. I love Soldier Field. I love being on the lake. But it's very rare that you find a team that is actually playing in the city that they represent, except for, that's right, Cal State Fullerton, where I will be this Saturday on the call for
Frank,
Cal State Fullerton women's basketball.
Many times
Listen,
to not
it's not
your
just
Cal
me.
State
It's not just me.
basketball broadcasting assignments.
No, this is. It's also going to be Patrick Claybon this. It's going to be Patrick Claybon this week. It's going to be
I love Claybon.
NFL.
I don't want to hear about Cal State Fullerton basketball on NFL Network. Thank you, Rank. I'm glad we worked out all your childhood issues. We'll try to keep doing that. Get that off the screen. Enough of Rank. Maybe the Bears can move to Cal State Fullerton, California. Why not? It'll be about the same thing. Carson Schwesinger join us next. The Browns are still in Cleveland for now, although I think they're moving to the outskirts. We'll talk to him. Schwesinger next.
Intercepted right at the 41-yard line. Carson Schwesinger, and he'll return it inside the 35 of New England. The rookie linebacker picks it off for Cleveland.
No shortage of highlights this season for Carson Schwesinger, your defensive rookie of the year from the Cleveland Browns, a guy who joined us on the Insiders about a year ago going into the draft. Fair to say things, at least personally, have gone well for him since. Carson back on the show with us right now. Tons to discuss here, but let's go to that moment, getting the Defensive Rookie of the Year honor. What did it mean to you, not just to be walking on that stage accepting it, but also to hear your dad, Dennis, announce you as the winner?
Yeah, no, that moment was pretty special. I think for me, too, I had my whole family there, which was pretty fun. And then, getting to see my dad announce it and then, hug my mom right away, right after, and go see him on stage. And, the whole moment is pretty special, and I'll remember that one for the rest of my life.
Carson, I think the last time I talked to you was in London. You guys were getting ready to play the game in London. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. You're the Defensive Rookie of the Year, but also an awful lot of changes at the Browns. New head coach, new defensive coordinator. Seems like a lot of your former teammates are leaving. What have you heard? What conversations have you had with folks inside the building about what to expect from the Browns defense this year?
Yeah, I think, one of the big things for us is we wanted to keep a lot of the scheme the same. So in terms of that, I don't expect there to be a lot of changes. And for me, I'm just, ready to go in there and kind of just build off what we did last year and really keep the defense rolling and, get in there ready to work and learn whatever I got to learn now and keep doing what we were doing.
Have you heard from Todd Monken, Mike Rutenberg? Have you talked to those guys at all? Obviously, scheme and terminology stays the same, but personality could be different.
Yeah, no, not a whole lot yet. I think, they got a lot of things they got to handle. So I'm excited to get there and talk to them when the time comes and, really looking forward to getting to work.
I'm sure you've seen on social media the posts from some of your guys on the Browns announcing that they are not going to be back. They don't expect to be back in Cleveland. You're just starting your career. Sort of, how do you process that sort of the turnover in personnel year to year in the NFL?
Yeah, I think that's one of the adjustments you learn as a rookie. Is that's kind of how the NFL works, and it's a little bit of a business in that aspect. And you just kind of look to be thankful for the time you have with the guys each year, and just knowing that because of how the NFL works that it can change, and just really look to. I think those guys too are guys I learned a lot from, and thankful for the time I had with them.
Obviously, you're the Defensive Rookie of the Year. You also had the Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, on your side. That combination hadn't happened in decades. I know that you got your own responsibilities on the field. You're studying opponent tape. You're not like watching Myles highlights in your spare time. But being around him, seeing what he did this year, how did it strike you as a rookie watching one of the best?
Yeah, I mean, even when you're watching, we'll be rewatching the games. Even if you're trying to watch yourself, you end up watching what Myles was doing on the field just because of the impact he has on the game. And so being able to be on the field with him, and then even throughout the week, just learn from how he carries himself and what he does to prepare, I think was very instrumental. And being able to learn quickly and get on the field fast. And, I think the goal now is just to keep building on that and really, when you see him on the field too, it makes my job a whole lot easier. So it's pretty fun to be out there with him.
You obviously were well prepared because your transition went very well. You had a fantastic rookie season. But what surprised you in your rookie season in the NFL?
Oh man, what surprised me? I think there was probably a lot that surprised me, and now looking back on it, I think it's just there's a lot that surprises you early on, and then it just becomes normal. You're going up against the best of the best every week, which is an adjustment, but then you just kind of get used to it. Each week there's guys that are some of the best in the NFL, and you got to figure out what it's going to take to stop them. And I think other than that, just seeing some of the plays that guys on the defense made, we got a really good defense rolling, and I'm excited to keep that going.
Your rookie class last year, it wasn't just you, but you have two running backs who were really good, including Quinshon Judkins. Mason Graham had a really good year. Harold Fannin. You also had two rookie quarterbacks in the building, one of whom, Shedeur Sanders, finishes out the second half of the season. What, if anything, have you seen, albeit a small sample size from Shedeur at this point, to make you believe that this team can go places, go to the playoffs, maybe go to a Super Bowl with him as the quarterback?
I think, like you said, the rookie class as a whole played great, and I think that's something that we really can build off because we have guys, in all levels of the field. And then just from him specifically, being able to go in there and run the offense as a rookie, it's a hard thing to do. I think, as somebody who's calling the defense, obviously I think doing that on offense is a lot bigger of a job, but a little bit of understanding there and kind of what it takes. And so being able to do that and have the poise and then you see, growth every week. And I think that's really what you can ask for is, every week the rookie class as a whole was just getting better. And I think that's the plan building into this next year.
I know it's early in the offseason. You're just chilling at home right now. But where do you want to grow your game in the offseason? What do you want to work on?
Oh, man, I think for me, there's a whole lot of aspects. I think, you can always get better in all aspects. And so obviously I still want to be able to react and be able to anticipate things better. And then, you have smaller skills, whether it's, certain things rushing, when I'm blitzing or certain things, whether it's the punch outs, getting better at that. And then just still getting a grip on, going out there and calling the defense and just trying to build on that and get even more comfortable doing that so that, all the other, I can start to focus on all the other parts of the game as well.
Going back to that when we had you on before the draft, and I asked you about what's a player that you model your game after, and the first name out of your mouth was Luke Kuechly. Well, Luke won Defensive Rookie of the Year in his first season. Year two, he was Defensive Player of the Year, and then in that same ceremony where you got your award, he goes into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Did you get any interaction with Luke through that process? And bigger picture, how do you stay motivated and ascending here as you go into year two?
No, I wasn't able to have any interaction, but I think still it was pretty cool to, be at the ceremony where he was inducted in the Hall of Fame. And so having that be a guy that, I watch a lot. It was pretty cool to see. And I think just the way to stay motivated is pretty simple for me. It's just to keep building. I think, each week from last year, I was trying to get better, and I think each week I did. And so that's really just the same mindset going into this next year, is how can I get better each week from OTAs to training camp to once you get into the season every week, and building on that, I think, will lead to success.
Enjoy this little bit of downtime, Max. You mentioned OTAs. Those will be here before you know it. So enjoy. Thanks a ton for coming on the show again, man. Let's do it again.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
We're less than 24 hours from the HBCU Legacy Bowl, where a very special guest joins our Sherry Burris next on The Insiders.